We only have one mouth, and it has very vital functions for humanity, eating and speaking. Having dental glitches can really frustrate one's efforts to these activities. Here is what is ahead on today's episode of Health and Flavor. But then you have to move your jaws. Yes, you chew up and down. Yes, your jaws have to move up and down.
Factors to dental disease are also similarly seen as predisposing factors in diseases we call non-communicable diseases.
And these are some of the foods that are actually making many people to have cavities, for example, and of course that tends to affect so many people.
Do you ever think of going for a dental checkup without having any pains or discomfort? We walked in the streets of Nairobi just to find out what people know about dental care.
I don't. But I remember last time that I went to a dental clinic where I broke this front tooth because I was involved in an accident. That's the only time I remember, which was like 3 years ago.
No, I have not done that. But I remember I visited him once in 2016 when I had a problem. Not checkup.
Not really. No, not really. Maybe when the teeth are, when there is ache, when you feel you had a bad breath, but we rarely visit the dentist.
Not really. I don't know why, but I think my teeth are okay. But basically, I know we should go for checkups. I think I'm just ignorant. Yeah.
Many people dread the visit to a dentist and go only when they have to. Dr. Tom Ajoy has some important information to convey to us about dental care.
Dental disease, these are diseases that affect predominantly the mouth. And that leads us to oral health. What is oral health? Oral health is the absence of oral diseases that affect interestingly simple things like chewing, biting, smiling, and generally psychosocial good health, not just the absence of disease and the absence of oral cancer. There are different types of dental diseases that manifest in our population worldwide. These ones cut across the continents of the globe. First of all is gum disease. We have gingivitis. We have cavities, which are formations of holes in the teeth. We have more severe forms like oral cancer. And we have oral trauma. Trauma as a result of injury. Simple ones can occur when you're brushing your teeth or from a fall or during road traffic accidents. We have seen patients coming to the emergency room with oral trauma. The commonest signs and symptoms of oral disease manifest in the inability predominantly to use the teeth or use the mouth. So, for instance, inability to chew. You can't chew your food. Inability to smile or smile well because of loss of teeth or pain in the mouth and in the gums. Pain on chewing and pain on biting. These are some of the commonest manifestations. More severe manifestations and symptoms would be in anomalies. So for instance, congenital anomalies where the plates do not form well and there are gaps that are left. These are also some of the symptoms for dental disease. The treatment and management of most of these dental diseases can be grouped into three main categories. The first one is about self-care, where self-care high on that list is brushing of your teeth. It may surprise you that a lot of people don't brush their teeth enough times. In fact, you're supposed to brush at least twice in a day. And it's not just about brushing your teeth. It's also about the technique of brushing your teeth. How do you do it? There are two movements. There's the one that goes from side to side. So as you brush from side to side, and then there's the one that goes up and down. So most people just do side to side. They don't do the up and down movements. And you don't just do it roughly. You are supposed to almost subconsciously go tooth by tooth as you do that. Ensure that all your teeth are covered. So we've said you brush your teeth, and it's not just enough to brush. You have to do proper technique in your brushing of your teeth. And then that, as a form of management, includes now the use of fluorides. Fluoride is a very good treatment which was introduced, and that's why we have it in nearly all the toothpaste, unless there are special ones that are used for people who, for one reason or another, cannot take fluoride, and we have those people in our population. But most of the toothpaste that you buy out there in the supermarkets, in pharmacies, most of them have fluoride in it. And so the fluoride helps to do what we call cleaning of your teeth by removing any discolorization to take it back to white. And then if there are any anatomical, that is based on the structure of the teeth, then the dentist can normally fix it. If it is a dental disease as a result of trauma, so you've lost your teeth, then we have prosthetic teeth, we call them dentures, that are fixed, and so you can bite again. Some look so good. When you smile, someone would not even tell that that is a denture, that it's artificial tooth. So these ones are used, and the dentists do a very good job in that. If there's a problem with the mouth, the oral part, whether it's with the jaws, we have maxillofacial surgeons who do that. So any traumatic diseases can always be fixed. We have the maxillofacial surgeons and the plastic surgeons who take you almost back to normal. Dental disease, in terms of its treatment, does not see a lot of side effects unless we also relate it to the treatment in terms of any medication. For instance, if the disease you have, if you're in pain and you're taking painkillers, some people are allergic to particular types of painkillers. Some of these diseases are treated with antibiotics, and so some people are allergic to particular types of antibiotics. If it is oral cancer, for example, and the treatment is radiotherapy, then someone can have particular side effects that come with radiotherapy, or injury to other parts or other organs next to the skin and the muscles next to the particular area that is being treated with radiotherapy. If it is a surgical procedure you're going through, sometimes people have particular allergies to anesthesia. We have the regional anesthesia that you are given. So if there's a particular chemical or compound in the anesthesia you're allergic to, then these are the side effects that can come up. But most of them, in terms of treatment for dental disease, the end result is so good because it gives you the ability to smile and gives you the ability to chew and to talk courageously. There's a way when you are sick, when you're having oral disease, the general body systems also end up just having trouble. And so dental disease is not in isolation. In fact, the World Health Organization recognizes provision of dental care, access to dental care as part of the human rights. There are dietary considerations for patients with dental disease. Like we said, the commonest cause of dental disease is actually sugary food. It can be solid food, it can be liquid, but sugary food is one of the commonest causes of dental disease. So dropping or reducing the amount of sugar in your diet eventually helps to improve your prognosis for dental disease. But also, we like it to talk about it because the reduction in sugar in your diet eventually helps you with other non-communicable diseases, particularly with things like hypertension, obesity, or even diabetes. But also, dental disease, we can involve exercise. If the injury is to the mouth, if it is traumatic, and so particular joints, we call this the temporomandibular joint of your jaw. If it is affected and you're in pain, then there's a lot of physiotherapy that goes into that to enable you to move it and move it well, move it comfortably without pain, and eventually be able to chew. You realize if there's pain here, even talking, you may need to talk with your mouth shut. So physical therapy is very important for patients who have had trauma. Current research and studies available show that about 50% of all human beings that walk the earth may eventually develop one or the other form of oral disease. And we therefore encourage people to be more careful, more aware, to visit dentists, particularly for checkup, not necessarily even when they're already having medical issues. You don't have to wait for pain in your mouth or in your teeth or in your gums for you to visit a dentist. Go for your annual checkup, a dental review. While at it, the dentist, when they detect anything, they do the cleaning, especially when we detect things like cavities before they progress. If you're having infections, inflammation of the gums, these are things that can be treated with antibiotics early enough and not waiting for them to be severe. So the current research is that about 50% of the population, in one way or the other, suffers during their lifetime from an oral disease. And dental review, dental checkup is very important.
Did you know that bad breath is not necessarily associated with dental issues? Well, according to our expert nutritionist, sometimes it's the food we eat. Let's listen in on these amazing facts as presented by our nutritionist, Kefa Nyanumba. Thank you for joining us on our nutrition segment. On set, I'm with Mr. Kefa Nyanumba, our nutrition expert. Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
So today we are looking at a case study of dental care. Our patient's name is Bernard. This is not our patient's real name. We're looking at a medical history.
Yeah.
Bernard has been having cavities and gum disease.
Yes.
And that is normally associated with dental problems, right?
Yeah. In fact, the other people complain of swollen gums. Some people feel pain when they're taking hot or cold foods.
Or sensitivity.
Sensitivities, actually.
Yes.
And I'm usually very passionate when I'm talking about dental issues because digestion starts from the mouth. So when people start getting dental issues, with time they end up having digestive issues. And that, of course, tends to affect the whole body because of poor absorption of the nutrients. Yes. So we are going to talk about this case, and I think our viewers are really going to benefit so much because those are some of the issues that are actually affecting them nowadays.
All right.
Yeah, because some of the foods we have in front of us are the common foods many people actually take, and they end up getting dental issues.
Yes. So then we're looking at a dietary history of Mr. Bernard. We see that he takes soft drinks and he eats sweets on a daily basis.
Yeah, he seems to be having a craving for some of these foods, and many people have sugary cravings. Yeah, that is becoming very common. And of course, these are some of the foods that are actually making many people to have cavities, for example. And of course, that tends to affect so many people.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sweets, sweets don't have any nutrition value, do they?
They don't have any nutrition value, actually. When you look at the sweets, what they just have is empty calories.
Okay.
I mean, they don't have any nutrients. Any food is supposed to contain nutrients and energy.
There are some sweets like these ones, which are mint flavored, and they're being sold as they help with the breath, handling breath, bad breath, for instance. Are they beneficial still, or?
But they still contain sugar.
Matter?
They still contain sugar, and it's important that we try to avoid sweets.
Okay.
Yeah, if at all we want to address the dental issues because of the excessive sugar that they actually contain without nutrients.
And even someone who's having bad breath and they're trying to control with sweets, that's not one way.
Addressing the root cause, like one of the issues that would cause that is digestive issues. So you need to address the root cause. You know, many people end up addressing the smoke instead of the fire. Yeah. So it's important that people learn to address the root cause of issues.
Okay. And then we see that the soft drinks.
Soft drinks.
Soft drinks are not really good for teeth.
They actually contain the worst form of sugar, high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, and the danger of taking a lot of soft drinks is with time, of course, the risk of getting conditions like diabetes increases. And especially if you have gum disease, for example, and diabetes, that's a very bad combination. So we need to make sure that we avoid soft drinks, especially for the people who have dental issues. Yeah.
When we were young, we used to soak some, when we remove a tooth, we used to be told to soak it in some soda. Like a soft drink, and over time you'd see it
it's actually a
dissolves. So I don't think
there's
that
enough proof that some of these soft drinks, they really affect our teeth so much. It's only that many people don't know. You know, the Bible says that people die because of lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the Bible says. So that's why this program is very important for our viewers.
Yeah. And then I see that Mr. Bernard takes a lot of processed sugar. He takes tea, he puts a processed sugar in his tea, and then he likes taking soft foods that, like, let's say, mashed potatoes, mashed bananas.
And now you know, it's important for our viewers to control our intake of processed sugar. And of course, taking a lot of mashed foods or soft foods is not that good because our teeth actually need exercise. Oh. We need to chew food.
As you chew, you exercise your...
Yeah. I've seen a number of people nowadays, they even want to drink their fruits instead of eating their fruits. I mean, they want to take their fruit in form of fruit juice.
Yes.
Yeah, when we chew food, you're also trying to, to exercise our teeth and all that. And that is very important. Okay. Yeah, but people like soft foods, which is not that good. Okay. Yes.
Then Mr. Bernard prefers dried fruits.
Yeah, dried fruits. Yeah. Of course, we have the dried fruits and we have the fresh fruits. And we would prefer actually that people go for more of the fresh fruits because of the difference in terms of the sugar content. Mm-hmm. Of course, if somebody is taking, for example, dates compared to a fruit like a green apple, of course, they tend to have a lot of sugar compared to fresh fruits.
All right.
Yeah, and what we're talking about right now is excessive sugar intake. So we want to make sure that we control all the foods that have excess sugar. Okay. So, yeah.
I've seen that he takes 1.5 liters of water daily, and engages in walking for like 30 minutes once per week.
Now, in terms of water intake, he seems to be doing well. Maybe it just needs to increase his exercise in terms of the frequency. 30 minutes not bad, but the frequency, of course, it needs to increase. Okay. And just to talk about this condition, it's important for our viewers to understand that they also need good sources of calcium. I mean, we cannot talk about the dental issues without mentioning calcium. Okay. Yeah, calcium is actually very important because it makes our teeth strong. And there are many food sources of that. For example, we have the dairy products. We have yogurt, for example. Okay. Yeah, that is actually very good in terms of the calcium. Okay. But, of course, we keep on saying that if we are taking foods that are rich in terms of calcium, we also need vitamin D. Okay. That is important in terms of absorption.
I think it's natural yogurt, it's not sweetened.
Yogurt. Yes. Yeah, sometimes we have a sweetened yogurt, and of course, because of the sugar, we'll still be affected. Oh, okay. So we prefer natural yogurt. Okay. Yeah. And we also have nuts. Yes. Nuts are also good. In fact, nuts can also be a source of calcium. They also contain some calcium. Okay. They can be good sources of other nutrients. For example, we have magnesium, etc. And they can be eaten as part of our snacks, actually.
So how do I take it? Without
You're supposed to take with the skin. You're supposed to take with the skin. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're supposed to take with the skin. Okay. Yeah, because the skin has a number of other nutrients. All right. That our body needs. Yeah.
I see that we also have
carrots.
Carrots.
Yeah, carrots are also good. Number one, when you chew your carrots, it's a form of exercise to your teeth. Okay. Number two, they contain vitamin A, which is important in terms of boosting our immune function. And of course, when you're talking about any condition, including gum disease, our immunity becomes very, very important. We need to make sure that we boost our immunity. So carrots are very important for that. All right. Yeah, and we also have other foods like the cookies. I know many people, like taking cookies. But, such cookies are also not that good because of the sugar content. They have a lot of sugar. You can imagine if somebody is taking cookies and a soft drink. Yeah. Yeah, that is too much sugar. Too much. But the people do that because of lack of knowledge. Yeah. Yes.
And so then how about someone who would go like, I can take my chocolates, but then I brush my teeth after taking them. I can take some cookies and maybe some cookies with yogurt, and then I'll brush my teeth.
Yeah, but you see, by the end of the day, I mean, you've taken a lot of sugar, and usually part of the sugar actually remains in between the teeth and all that. Okay. And apart from that, that sugar is also going to your body, so it's important for us to cut down sugar intake. Okay. Yeah.
So just brushing your teeth is not enough to say that you're taking care of your teeth. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's also what goes in.
What goes in. In any case, when you brush and all that, you're not assured that you're getting rid of all the sugar from the teeth and all that. So it's important to take care of that. Okay. Yes.
One thing I've learned from you, it's not, don't get rid of the smoke, get rid of the fire. We certainly don't have to wait for a sharp shooting pain on our teeth in order to visit a dentist. A routine dental checkup can be a stitch in time. Are there any fitness activities for our dental frame? Certainly our jaws cannot lift weights, but let's see what our fitness expert Mr. Nzuki advises. Hello everyone, welcome to Health and Flavor. On our fitness segment today, we are going to look at exercises that are fit for patients with the dental diseases. On set, we have Mr. Nzuki. He's our fitness expert. Mr. Nzuki, how are you?
I'm fine.
So tell me, are there exercises really that are purely segmented for patients who have dental diseases?
This one makes me very happy because Actually, there are no fitness exercises for people who have dental issues. But in this matter, I know you are more knowledgeable than me in dental issues. So today, you are the one who is taking us through, you are the one who is leading me and the viewer in this segment.
We can do a bit of some tips that I learned while growing up, but I'm not the expert in this, but I have experience doing this kind of exercise and they're helpful. So one of those that we used to do when growing up was massaging the jaws. Yes, we used to massage the jaws mostly in the morning because they've been inactive. At night when you sleep most of the time, unless you're sleep eating, but most of the time your jaws are inactive. So then because they're inactive, when you're sleeping, it's best when you wake up in the morning to constantly massage the jaws. So then you massage from the jaw. You know the jaw can be felt, the jawbone can be felt from the back of the ear. Yeah. You can feel the jawbone. Yes, so then you start massaging from there. First you deep press it. When you deep press it, do you feel any effect? When you deep press, you feel an effect. So then you keep pressing up to the chin. Yes, and then the same goes to the upper part. From the cheekbone. From the cheekbone, you keep pressing up to where men usually have the mustache. Yes. Then chewing. But then, of course, we understand for people who have dental diseases, mostly cannot chew hard things like chewing gum, sugar cane. So then it's best that they chew up on something softer. But then chewing is good exercise for the jaws, again for the tooth. Yeah. And one time I even visited the dentist who told me when you have teeth that have been removed from one side, it's good to use that side where teeth have been removed from so that blood flows that side. So then if you're having tooth that have been removed from one side, whether left or right, it's good to use that side so that the other teeth are not inactive.
That's the law of fitness, actually. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, so then chewing is one of the exercises. But then when it's good to chew, let's say you can chew gum for long, but then you can, even if you're not chewing gum, you can just do chewing exercises. They're usually sugarless gums. You can get, you're just buying it strictly for exercising your dental structure.
You do away with the sugar.
You do away with the sugar, take sugarless gum. It's even healthier to take sugarless gum.
Sure.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So then there's gargling. Yeah, it's also good for the dental.
We gargle with the water, warm water.
Warm water, salty water, like yeah. But then you can, it's good. Gargling is one way to work up the dental, like as you do that.
It also engages the jaws. The jaws. Yeah, because as you do it, I can see the jaws movement.
Yes, when you gargle, the jaw keeps moving. Yeah, so that's, and you know salty water is good because if you have any gum issues, it cleanses the gums.
And for sure, this one you are doing good.
So it's interesting that these things that we learn with just as the way you manage your body, like you're explaining with the muscles, it's just the same way you manage your teeth. They are part of your body.
That's good.
It's not an exception. So if you work out your muscles, you also have to make sure that you work out the dental structure.
It's the same with our viewer back at home that they have benefited from this session of exercising for the dental issues.
Remember, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Hi, my name is Dr. Fasaza Guy, a general surgeon and a public health specialist. Let me take a brief moment to throw in a nugget or two about dental care. Taking good care of your mouth, teeth, and gums is a worthy goal in and of itself. Good oral and dental hygiene can help prevent bad breath, tooth decay, and gum diseases. A healthy mouth may help you ward off medical disorders. An unhealthy mouth, especially if you have gum diseases, may increase your risk of serious health problems such as heart attack, stroke, poorly controlled diabetes, and preterm labor. Good oral hygiene and regular visits to the dentist will help you maintain healthy teeth and gums. Here are some guidelines to help you look after your teeth. Number 1, brush your teeth thoroughly, at least twice a day, using fluoridated toothpaste. The best time to brush teeth is after meals. Toothbrushing should take between 2 to 3 minutes. Fluoride helps to harden tooth enamel and reduces your risk of decay. Number 2, floss your teeth daily. Use a slow and gentle sawing motion. Number 3, limit sugary foods and acidic drinks. Bacteria in dental plaque change sugars into acids. Food acids soften tooth material and dissolve the minerals in tooth enamel, causing cavities. In severe cases, teeth may be eaten right down to the gum. Number 4, avoid using your teeth for anything other than chewing food. If you use them to crack nuts, remove bottle tops, or rip open packaging, you risk chipping or even breaking your teeth. Number 5, see your dentist for regular checkups. You should also visit your dentist if you have a dental problem, such as toothache or bleeding gums. Number 6, eating a healthy, balanced diet provides essential nutrients for optimum oral health and overall health.
We have learnt a great deal of advice about dental care, understanding that we need to properly brush our teeth by using different strokes, eat right and avoid sweet, sugary stuff that can lead to tooth cavity, and yes, we can have some exercise for our teeth. I will leave you with the words of Mehmet Murat, who once said, "Whether you have teeth or not, smile, because our world always needs a smile." Thanks for watching this week's episode of Health and Flavor. I have been your host, Bilha Waka. Until next time, it's bye for now.